All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, as you can see on the screen here, it is time for a red, yellow Sabo update style video. And I cannot wait to show off what we have in store for you today, because we do have access to the ST21 cards now, a very important card from there, and the EB cards as well from EB02. We've got some cards to check out, some new toys to play with for our main guy, red, yellow Sabo. Now, before we get into all that, let me go ahead and break down the video because we do have quite a bit to go over in today's video. First up, we're actually going to check out some spoilers. Okay, so spoiler warning, I'll have everything timestamped. You'll be able to skip past that. But we got some spoilers coming up for OP11. Excuse me. After that, we will check out some deck lists that we're going to be featuring with Red Yellow Sabo, because we got about 3 or 4 different decks to go over today. Okay, so that should be very interesting, because I'm really torn on which direction we need to go. I'm really torn on which direction we need to go with Sabo, with Red Yellow Sabo, going into OP10, OP10.5 meta. We'll have to figure some stuff out. Okay, and then after that, we have 10 games to go over of Red Yellow Sabo, 10 different games to go over, and then we will finish off by checking out the deck list one more time, and we'll wrap things up in that way. Okay, guys. All right, let's get into this because we have a lot to go over. You know what you're getting into. I'll have everything time-stamped down in the general description, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links in the comments section below. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, or if I missed something, please do not hesitate to put that in the comments section below as well, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link is in the channel description. We're always chatting on there about, One Piece. Pretty much, like I said, I always say this, guys, we're talking on there about One Piece pretty much 24/7 at this point. Now, let's do this, guys. Let's get into this video. First up is spoilers. You've been warned. Spoiler warning. Yeah. So you know what's about to happen here. We got some cards we got to talk about. Got the sim overlay on. That's funny. There we go. Move the leader, and here we go. First up, we have a card here called Peacock. It is a red 1-cost 0-power Navy sword type character. Okay, so remember, yesterday we talked about the new leader Kobe. Well, now we finally are going to get to see one of the sword characters. We're actually going to see multiple. We're going to see another sword character as well. But this is the first one we're seeing here. It's a 1-cost 0-power Navy sword character, 1,000 counter. On play, it's a top 5 search for a Navy other than Peacock, and you put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. But here's the interesting thing, guys. It also has to activate main. Because for those who play this game and know kind of like what to expect for a 1-cost searcher, typically speaking, a 1-cost searcher will be a 1-cost 0-power 1K counter searcher that requires you to tap the character and then do a pay 1 Dawn and do a top 5 search. And with that search, you can typically search up anything. But then there's also the 1-cost 2,000 power searchers with a 1K counter that can search top 5. Well, this one has an activate main as well, but let me read the on play one more time. It's look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal up to 1 Navy type card other than Peacock and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So it cannot search itself up, and it only has the 0 power. So let's see what the difference is. Here's the difference. Activate main. You may trash this character and give up to one of your characters plus 1,000 power for this turn. Now, that is that's probably relevant in general, right? But really, when you hone in on what red-black Kobe's trying to do, it's actually very, very nice, right? Because your sword-type characters, remember this effect, guys? We went over this, I believe, in yesterday's video. Your sword-type characters can attack characters the turn they are played. Yeah, I'm 99% sure we went over this in yesterday's video and in last night's stream, okay? Remember, one more thing I should say, guys. I stream Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from 9 p.m. Eastern to 12 a.m. Be sure to stop by and check that out whenever you get a chance. We have a good time on there. So we talked about this leader last night a little bit, but there wasn't too much to talk about because we didn't see any of the characters. And this effect is very promising. And now that we know that we can rush straight into the characters with that effect, and now we're seeing the searcher, it's starting to come together. This is really nice. Now we have a 1-cost red Navy searcher. Okay, that is also relevant, right? Because it's not in the black color pool. Because then other decks might be able to run that like Isho. So that's interesting. They chose to make the searcher red in this case. And maybe that will be a red and black Navy theme is more of the sword stuff. We'll have to see what happens. But other than that, being able to buff a character by 1,000 for the turn, or No, excuse me. It is just a character. No, I was going to say a character or leader would have been insane. But being able to buff a character for by 1,000 power for the turn, that is still very good. And we're going to be able to attack with characters right away. So maybe on like an 8, 9, or 10 Dawn turn, we can just slam this character down, grab a very big character, and then it will be able to attack into a big Navy sword character. And then with the leader effect, they can just swing straight in on that turn and just smash in, right? That could be very good. And then we can buff it in the process. So big fan of this searcher. I like when they kind of switch things around, give a new idea to a searcher, open up a new subtype within the searcher types. Because like I said, there's quite a few things we can expect from searchers now, right? And this was not one of them. This is a brand new idea here. Because remember, guys, there's the 1 cost 2K. Let me just bring up some searchers real quick. We're going to be looking at this in a minute. But just like look at Nami. Let me just type in Nami real quick over here. So this is like your average searcher, right? So 1 cost 2K with a 1K counter, and it does a top 5 search for anything but itself. Then you have cards like Bonnie. Let me bring up Bonnie for green real quick. Then you have searchers like this, where it's a 1 cost 1K counter, or 1 cost 1,000 power 1K counter with activate main, pay 1, and rest it as an activate main, so you can keep doing the searching. And then there's others as well. There's a lot of them like this. Let me bring up, hang on one second. If I type in, let me get rid of red and yellow real quick, and I type in 1 and bring up the black cards. There are also, within the black color pool, we see a lot of cards that, searchers like this Rebecca here, that calls you to trash cards, right? You have Rebecca that does this, and you also have Spandam, right? They're a top 3 searcher that trashes the other cards you don't get. So there's a lot of different things we can expect from searchers, but with this one in particular, let's go back to where we were. This is like a whole new thing that we're seeing here. I don't even know how to say it, guys. We've never seen anything like this, and I am a fan of it. I don't think it's insane, but it's pretty cool. Nice utility searcher. We spent a lot of time on that, guys. That was forever for just a searcher, but I think that was interesting because it is an SR. Okay, like I said, this is pretty unique what we're seeing here, and I think it's very good. Okay, next up we have Kobe. Kobe is an 8 cost, 9,000 power Navy Sword secret rare with an on play and when attacking. The on play is play up to one of, on play, up to one of your characters can attack one of your opponent's active characters this turn. Okay, so this is something that I thought would happen. This is something I did predict. It's like, okay, if we're going to be able to attack on the turn we play these characters, if none of their characters are active, it's not really the greatest effect, right? It's not really the craziest thing in the world. But this character, Kobe, will make it where we can attack into active characters. So, in other words, Kobe, when he plays himself, he's an 8 cost 9K Navy character, and on play, up to one of your characters can attack one of your opponent's active characters this turn. Okay, we'll just give this character the ability to do that, and we'll smash 9K into one of their active characters. Seems good. Of course, talking about in red, black Kobe. And then when attacking, watch this. When attacking, you may return 2 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Give your leader or up to one of your characters plus 1,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this card right here, let's just say we do it on this character. I mean, you could do it to your leader as well, and that will buff your leader. He'll be a 6,000 power leader or more, depending on, whatever other tricks you can run in the deck, right? But he's going to be a 6,000 power leader. Or the other option is you could do it on this character. So you can play this card, attack in immediately, giving him the ability to attack active characters, and swing an 8 cost for 10,000 into an active character, and he'll be a 10,000 until the start of your next turn. Really big fan of this card. This card is very powerful. It allows for tricks. It allows for a lot of different things to be done, and it's nice that it allows you to do other characters. So in other words, let's say you're playing against one of your opponents, right? Let's just say you're playing against your opponent, and they have Shirahoshi on the board. Well, this is a pretty annoying character, and the effect says if you try to KO it from effects, I'm going to gain a life. Well, what if I play out the Kobe we just saw? What if I play out the Kobe that we were just looking at, and I give one of my 4,000 or 5,000 power characters the ability to attack active characters with this on-play effect? And then I smash right into the Shirahoshi, and then I can do other things with this character, maybe attack into a character on the board. Because remember, he doesn't have Rush, but in the Kobe deck, he will be able to attack into active characters the turn he's played. Okay? Because this is a sword-type character that Kobe is. So I'm a big fan of this one. The art looks absolutely incredible. Guys, I should have at least looked at the art for look, this is the art for Peacock. It's not as good of a picture as the next one, but this is that one. And now for Kobe, it's like lagged out. There we go. For Kobe, check this out, guys. really nice looking art. That is a very clean piece of art there. Love all the colors, all the different pinks and light blues, the teals, almost like sea foam everywhere, some greens. It just looks incredible. And yeah, this is a great looking piece of art. And on top of that, the card is very strong as well, in my personal opinion. Is it the strongest card out there? No, not saying that. Not saying it's even better than something like Dragon. But who knows? Maybe you run this and Dragon in a deck. You never know. Who knows what will happen in the future, right? We'll have to see what happens. So really good stuff here. Big fan of this card. Cannot wait to play around with this. We got more though, guys. All right, next one, Jinbei. Let me bring out the picture here. Check that out. Again, not as good a quality picture as the Kobe, but that's okay. We got an SR here. This is Jinbei. It's a green 6-cost 8,000 power character with no counter. Fishman, Fishman Island, Sun Pirates type. On play, if your leader has the Fishman or Merfolk type, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. That's already good, but then he has an activate main. Activate main once per turn. Up to one of your Fishman or Merfolk characters can attack characters the same turn they are played. So now here's the thing. Activate main once per turn. Up to one of your Fishman or Merfolk characters can attack characters the same turn they are played. Well, guess what, guys? It doesn't say other than Jinbei, unless this is a bad translation or if I missed it. But this is a Fishman character, so up to one of my Fishman or Merfolk characters can attack characters the turn they're played. So he can swing right into a rested character. And it doesn't say rest the character at all, right? Yeah. But yeah, this card seems really good because notice what he can do. On play, I'll rest the character, and then I'm going to give this card the ability to attack into characters this turn, so I can smash right into a character. This is an excellent green utility card. However, it does have one glaring weakness, right? Other than the fact that it doesn't have a counter. We couldn't expect this card to have a counter being a 6-cost, 8,000 power body. A counter would have made it a vanilla, and then all this on top of it, it'd have been too strong from a balance perspective. But here's the thing. This can only be used in a Fishman or Merfolk deck, right? Notice what it says. If your leader has Fishman or Merfolk type, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 5 or less. Now, you can still technically use the next part, right? You can still technically use the next part. Activate main once per turn. Up to one of your Fishman or Merfolk characters can attack characters the same turn they are played. So I can play this card out. If they have a rested character, I can make it where he can attack into rested characters this turn, right? So that wouldn't be too bad. But overall, I think this is going to be largely limited to something like you know, a Fishman Pirates type of deck. Or Fishman Sun Pirates type deck, whatever, Fishman Island. But good stuff. So, still a very strong card in the appropriate deck. Very, big fan of this. I don't play a lot of green cards. But yeah, or excuse me, I don't really focus on the green decks all that much, but I still like to pay attention to this stuff because, of course, I've been messing with green-yellow law lately, right? And that is a lot of fun, so I'm always keeping my eye open, but this is not the kind of card for that deck. Unfortunately, this is for something really a lot different, to be honest. But still a very powerful card. Okay, we got more, guys. We got a lot of good cards to go over today. We've got Monkey D. Luffy. Check this out. This one's much better art. I'm glad they gave us the good art for, or excuse me, not art. I meant to say quality. This is a much better quality than the Jinbei one. So I'm glad for the secret rares. They focused on getting us some really high definition, good quality pictures. Really good stuff here. That just looks awesome, guys. Look at this. All the different, you know, he's attacking so fast. All these different hands going out. Looks so good. Really cool. It's got that Gear 5 smoke or something going around him as well. Or like, you know, the higher gear smoke. I don't know if it's like exclusively for only Gear 5 or not. But it looks really cool back here. The whole piece just looks incredible. But let's go ahead and read what it does. Monkey D. Luffy, blue character, 8 cost, 8,000 power, Straw Hat Crew with Rush. Okay, so already a good card. This is an 8 cost, 8,000 power character with Rush. That was honestly all I needed to read, but look what else it has, guys. When attacking, you may discard 1 card from your hand, return up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less to the owner's hand. So you're discarding 1 card from your hand and then bouncing a 4 cost or less character to the owner's hand. Then give up to 1 rested Dawn card to your leader or character. Guys, you know what this would probably be really good in? I bet this would be really good in something like Boa Hancock. Because, okay, you're trashing a card from your hand, so you're like potentially going down to the amount of cards you need for the turn to, you know, to attack in and get your leader effect to draw a card from it. This could probably be really good, guys. I think this card is already good as an 8 cost AK with Rush in blue. In blue, guys. This is I mean, this is obviously geared more towards the blurple, the new blue-purple Luffy coming out in OP11, but this card is still absolutely incredible. Like, this card is excellent. This is going to be usable across the board in any blue deck as far as I'm concerned. This is not locked in any way, shape, or form. It's an 8-cost AK rusher that just says when you attack, trash a card, and then return a 4 or less to the owner's hand, and then you can give up 1 Rested Dawn card to your leader or character. So yeah, this card is just good. This card is just straight gas, right? It rush like that, and that incredible effect. Bouncing a character out of the way, rushing in for potentially 9k. We could swing in for 9 with it if we give it the Dawn. It just has so many good tricks it can do. This is a great card. This card is absolutely incredible. Again, check out the art, guys. Looks so good. Looks so awesome. Okay, we got another absolute banger here, guys. Look at this. 10 cost, 12k, Charlotte Lin. Let's bring up the picture real quick. Nice. This one's in pretty good quality as well. Okay, it looks like she's going for Moscato here. Uh-oh. Not good. Not good, right, guys? Big Mom's looking hungry right now, and then she's about to eat this poor guy. But 10 cost, 12k, and then I don't speak Japanese, so let's go back to here. If your leader has the Big Mom Pirates type, or it has the type Big Mom Pirates, this character gains Rush. So this is a 10 cost, 12,000 power character with Rush. In Pudding, in the new purple Katakuri leader. This is nice. This is a very strong card. I don't think it's very good in anything other than a Big Mom Pirates deck that can pull off that effect. But hey, we got 2 pretty good candidates, right? Purple-yellow Pudding, which ramps very quickly, and then the new purple Katakuri. So this card seems excellent, and it has another effect. On your opponent's attack, once per turn, Dawn -5. That's a lot of Dawn to minus, guys, but listen to what it does. You may declare a cost and reveal 1 card from the top of your opponent's deck, and if the revealed card has the same cost as the declared cost, give up to one of your leaders plus 2,000 power during this turn. So this is very obviously more geared towards our guy Katakuri, the new purple Katakuri leader, because it can reveal the top card like that. In fact, it can do it when attacking and on opponent's attack, right? Let's go up to it real quick for people who are not aware. This is the leader we're talking about. 5 life, 5,000 power, mono purple, Big Mom Pirates type Katakuri. When attacking and on opponent's attack, you can Dawn -1 and look at the top card of your opponent's deck, and then give this leader plus 1,000 power. So if you combine that with the Big Mom Pirates, or excuse me, with the Charlotte Lin we just looked at, you can basically go up to 8,000 power for the turn. That is very powerful, guys. And remember, you just swung in for 12k with this character. I will say this. I think that on opponent's attack thing is not something you should really focus on unless you absolutely have to do it to win the game. Because number one, you can't unless you're running Katakuri, unless you're trying to guess with Pudding. But the main thing is this. This card is a 10 cost, 12,000 power rusher in a Big Mom Pirates deck. Absolutely incredible. Huge fan of this card, like at what it is. It's definitely more geared towards Katakuri. However, the purple Katakuri. However, who knows? Maybe they'll give us some kind of other cards that can interact with the top of the deck so we can combo this. Maybe an activate main card or something like that. Okay, let's keep going, guys. I think we got 2 more. I think we got 2 or 3 more here. So we got Sanji up next. This is a blue 6 cost, 7,000 power Vinsmoke family Straw Hat Crew type card. It has when this character is KO'd by an opponent's effect, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and play up to 1 character card with the type Straw Hat Crew and a cost of 5 or less on the field. Then place the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order, and then it has an on play as well. Return up to 1 character with an original power of 5,000 or less to the owner's hand. Guys, this card is nice. This is a really strong, solid overall card. Remember, when this character is KO'd by an opponent's effect, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and play up to 1 character card with a cost, or excuse me, with the type Straw Hat Crew and a cost of 5 or less on the field. So, guess what card I'm thinking right away here? Notice the picture. Let's analyze the picture real quick. We got Pudding back there, don't we? Wait, and it does a top 5 search, and it plays a cost 5 or less from the top 5 search? Can you guys think of any good, like, 5 cost characters that are, maybe, we'll just say that's in the color purple, that just is, well, that's going to be coming out in, EB02, I believe? Let me find it real quick, guys, so I don't look crazy. It's a 5 cost card, a 5 cost 7k. We'll find it eventually, guys. I gotta go through each and every single 5 cost here. Why don't I see it? I must be losing it. Oh, it's right. It's like the third one. That's why I couldn't see it. Check this out, guys. So you play out of 5. Imagine this in the Blurple deck. Okay, the blue-purple leader, the blue-purple 3 life, 6,000 power Luffy leader. This can allow for some really insane tricks to happen. I mean, maybe not the craziest tricks, actually. It really depends on what you're trying to do with the deck. But just the fact that you can play this out from losing your other character on KO, I think there's something here. And there's a lot of other options. It's not just this one option. Because you might not even want to run this in a Blurple list. You might want to run this in like a blue and fill in the blank other list. I will say this. I do think it is more catered towards blue-yellow Nami for what it's worth. But still, guys, this is very, very powerful. This is a very powerful effect. Again, when this character is KO'd by an opponent's effect, not in battle, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and play up to 1 character card with the type that's Straw Hat Crew and a cost of 5 or less on the field. So that is absolutely incredible. Top 5 search that plays a card on KO effect, just absolutely incredible. It's gonna force them to let you get the attack in with this card, which is always nice. And then the on-play is not too bad either, bouncing back a 5,000 power character. Now, it is an original power of 5,000. You can't manipulate that with like an Otama or some type of effect. It has to be a 5,000 power or less original power character. Okay, so let me see. Anything else on here? When this character is KO'd by an opponent's effect, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and play up 1 character card with the type Straw Hat Crew at a cost of 5 less on the field. It's not even rested, guys. That's the crazy part. Then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Really, I'm a big fan of this card. It's probably going to be... I seriously doubt you'll get that on KO effect off very often. They're probably not going to try to KO this card, but the fact that it's even there is just really nice. Because if they print more board clear effects in the future, like say they print more cards like the 10 cost Kaido that pop the entire board, well now all of a sudden, okay, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I'm gonna get some value out of it in the end. So it really is just a solid card in my opinion. Good stuff here. Okay, next up we have Nami. Let me go up to the Blurple. Hang on, guys. We do have to go up to the leader we're talking about for those who are not aware. This is the blue and purple leader I was talking about. Let me go all the way up. It's actually probably a pretty decent way. There it is. So this is the leader we're talking about. I've already gone over this. Pause and read it if you don't know what it does. Just pause and read this and check it out for yourself. But the idea is you're going to be able to set cards with this as well. So you have a lot of options there. Okay, now let's go back down to the bottom where we were. Okay, now we have a Nami card here. This is a really strong Nami card, by the way, guys. I have seen this. It is a 5-cost, 6,000 power, 1k counter blocker. Already good. Already good value. And then it has another effect. On play, if your leader is multicolored, draw 3 cards and place 2 cards from your hand at the top or bottom of your deck in any order. Guys, this might be like the best multicolored 5-cost blocker in the game right now. I mean, can anyone say otherwise? Do you guys disagree? Like, when this comes out, I mean, this will be the best 5-cost, 6k, 1k counter blocker in the game. I mean, it has to be in a multicolored leader, okay? And it's a draw 3, rearrange 2, right? So you're going to draw 3 and put 2 cards on the top in the order you want or on the bottom. Incredible utility, just a great card. I am a huge fan of this one. I'm not going to spend much time talking about it because it's just so generically good. This card, it is what it is, right? It's just a really good card. Okay, here's the alt arts. Very nice. We're starting to see some of the alt arts. What do you guys think of these? What do you guys think of all the cards we saw today? I think we might have one more card to go over, Neptune here. But what do y'all think about these alt arts? I'm going to be honest, guys. I like the Nami better in the other picture. Let me hit, if I hit, let me see if this, okay, that works. So here's the cards here. So this is Kobe. We got Nami. We got Shirahoshi. And then down here we got the Luffy, the Katakuri, and the Jinbei. This is a good picture of Nami. It's not bad. And all these look good, by the way. But this is like a downgrade, in my opinion. The Nami one is compared to the other one we've already seen from the original art. This is the original art Nami I was talking about. I love this. The composition, the way that the pigtails are, this looks so good. It's super playful. And then, like, notice the hat. Notice the top hat that's just, like, falling backwards. She probably took that from Sabo. What's going on there, guys? No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, the hat looks incredible. She's got, like, the specific outfit she has on with the bow on the back. She's got the staff behind her. She's hiding that behind her, and she's also got the hair that's, like, kind of blending in with it. This is, like, an incredibly well thought out, playful picture and very well executed. I love this one. And this is just me, but I wish they had used that one for the alt art and then vice versa for the regular. But hey, since I don't even do alt arts, seems good for me. I'll just use the one I like better anyway, right? But these are the cards here, guys. My face is in the way for Jinbei. Let me move my face for just a second so you guys can check this out in its full glory. Looks really, really good, guys. Big fan. These are great looking alt arts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I will say this though, when it comes to the Luffy, this is a very different art style. It feels like to me. I wonder if it's the same artist who did all these. I don't actually know. No, I don't think it's the same artist who did all these. But whatever the case is, very cool looking version of Luffy we have here. Okay, now we have one more. We have one more spoiler to go over, and then we're going to go over to the games. We've got Neptune. This is a yellow character, 5 cost, 7,000 power, Merfolk Fishman Island type. It is a rare. It has an on play. If your leader is Shirahoshi, you may turn the top of your life cards face down, and then draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand. Very, very strong on-play effect, and it's a 5 cost 7k vanilla body. Very, very powerful. It doesn't have a counter, but you'll be able to fix your hand with an effect like that. And let's go ahead and look at Shirahoshi one more time, guys. First of all, because I don't remember what the leader does. I only read it one time. And second of all, just so to see if it makes any sense with what we just saw. Because it is specifically asking for your leader, right? So this leader cannot attack. It is a 5 life, 5,000 power Merfolk Fishman Island green-yellow leader. It has activate main once per turn. You may rest 1 of your Dawn and flip the top card of your life face up. Okay, see, I had a feeling. I thought I remembered it had something to do with that. And then you may play from your hand up to 1 character card with the Sea King type, or up to 1 Megalo character card with a cost equal to or less than the total Dawn on your board. So let's see something real quick. What was this? Was this card a Sea King? It's not a Sea King, guys. Did I misread that or something? So I was wondering if you could cheat this out with what we were just looking at. I guess maybe not. Whatever the case is, very cool effect. You're flipping cards face up with your leader. So being able to, use this card to flip it back face down and do a draw 2 trash 1, developing a 5 cost 7k. We'll take it literally every single time, right? We'll take it every single time. Very solid effect. Okay, that was a lot of spoilers to go over, guys. We've been doing this for like 20 minutes now. Let's go ahead and hop over to the deck list. We have to talk about some red, yellow Sabo now. We've got some spicy decks to go over here, guys. First one up is a, I called it Can't Roll. I don't know. At this point, I'm just making names up, guys. I can't roll on this one, apparently. This version, notice it's running the Kid Killers. We're running the Koala. The 2K counter package is Frankie plus Koala and the Chopper. So we're running 12 2K counters. We have the Shirahoshi blocker. I'm really starting to fall in love with this card, guys, in combination with a card like Nico Robin. Okay, I'm starting to really fall in love with this combination here. We're running Brahmin here. We're running Divine Departures, Rygos. We're running a little bit of the Searchers, running the 2K counters I said. And check out this top end, guys. Silver's Rayleigh, Shanks, Ben Beckman, and Newgate. And technically, Robin, she's on the fringe, like on the verge of being top end. We got 2 Fire Fist to combo with our cards that pop, and the Koala as well. Excuse me. We got 2 Jory Bonnies, and then we have a Kuzan. This is another card I'm starting to really favor. I'm starting to really like this card because it allows us to just mess up our opponent's early game by pushing one of their cards out of the way, pushing it straight into life. Now they can't access that, and they have to trash a card from their hand. So they played the card out they wanted to play. We bounced it off the board, and they trashed another card. So they go down 2 cards. They do go up a life. But remember, guys, as Red Yellow Sabo, we're not really trying to rush our opponent down unless you're running the Trigger Rush aggro version, which this is not. Of course, we have the 5-cost Nami in here, and everything else should be pretty self-explanatory. Okay, we're running Braum. Some people might not know what this card even does. This is a card that I think is getting better and better because we're starting to see a lot of decks that are incorporating stages now, I feel like. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overreacting to this because I've been seeing a lot of green-purple Luffys on the ladder. The green-purple Luffy that came out in EB02. And guys, listen to what this card does. Excuse me, guys, my throat. Listen to what this card does. This is a 3-cost, 4,000 power, 1K counter character with a trigger. If your life is 2 or less, play this card from the trigger. So it's already very relevant in every way for what we're doing, right? 3 cost is relevant. Why? Number 1, it's a good turn 2 play for going first. Number 2, it's a good thing to cheat out with Nico Robin's trigger. Number 3, it's just, it's a good play. We can, how do I say this? Well, I guess those are the 2 things why it's good for the 3 cost. Next good part is the fact that it's a trigger. Well, now we can trash it with Nami or trigger it into play. And then the last part here, listen to this activate main, guys. Activate main once per turn. Place a 1-cost stage at the bottom of its owner's deck and rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Seems good. Okay, so in other words, we're resting down characters, we're removing their stages. This was a card I originally started playing to tech against Reiju, because that match felt unwinnable sometimes with Red Yellow Sabo if they were playing the right cards and they knew what they were doing. But getting rid of their stage allowed me to go super late game with them, and they couldn't fix their hand anymore. They couldn't just sift through the deck and like get whatever they needed. And remember, that is not, I don't have to rest this character to do that effect. It's just on there as an activate main. So very, very powerful. And that's this list. Okay, guys, so this is one list we're going to look at. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. I want you guys to get associated with all the different lists we're going to be checking out today, because we're going to go through 4 games straight. Okay, so next up we have the Goa Kingdom version. I guess I probably should have showed this one off first. This is just a basic version. This is not fine-tuned at all. This version I made when it finally went live. So when the EB02 ST21 patch or whatever went live for the sim, I said, okay, put this deck together immediately. I didn't care anything else. I just needed this card you see on the screen in the deck immediately, and then I just started playing games. So this is not a fine-tuned list. We'll talk about this more towards the end of the video, I'm sure. But hear me out, guys. This is a new character available in ST21. Everything else we already have access to. Well, this comes out in OP10, but everything else you see here is already, we already have access to it other than this OP10 card. And then this Luffy, this comes out in ST21. It is a 5-cost, 6,000 power character, no counter, but it has rush. And when attacking, give your leader or a character 1 rested Dawn card. Very, very strong. Okay, guys, this card is very strong. This is how you need to interpret this card. This is an unconditional 5-cost, 7k rush ace. Now, it's not literally rush ace where we can cheat out with the ace effect, but see this as the 5-cost 7k Luffy version of what this ace does. Okay, this ace is not a 100% rush, right? This is a conditional rush card where you have to have 2 or less life in order to do the effect. This card right here, as soon as you play it, you will always, always, always be able to do the effect to attach a Dawn to him. Because think about it, you play it out for 5 and then swing for 6, attach the Dawn to him, he's swinging for 7. So this card is incredible. This is a card we needed. I'm still a little bit bitter. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit frustrated that this is not a Supernova card. This is a Supernova card, which is decent, but the reason I wanted this to be a Supernova card is because of a specific card named Joribani. It is a yellow blocker that I wanted to do some really fancy tricks with. It's a 3-cost 4k, 1k counter blocker. On play, excuse me, on play, add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand, and then watch this. Then you may place up to 1 5-cost or lower Supernova type character card from your hand to the top of your life face up. So in other words, what I wanted to do was play this out on tempo, like say on a 5 Dawn turn. This is just an example, guys. Say we're on a 5 or 6 Dawn turn. 5 Dawn turn, play this out for 3, set the top of my life card to this Luffy, but it's not Supernova, so we can't do it. But I wanted to put this card into my life and then play out the 2-cost Luffy, buff my leader by 2,000 for the turn, cheat out this Luffy. I could swing in for 7 with it, swing in for 7 with my leader, and move about my business. And I have a blocker on the board. So even though I lost a life, I'm up 7,000 power. I'm up to 7,000 power and I have a blocker. But now, because this is not a Supernova card, that really ruined my plans for what I had planned for the future of this deck. But that's okay. We'll still make it work. This is still a very good card, and we will see this being played much more in today's games. Okay, next up, I think we have 2 more decks to go over because we're doing 3, 3, 3, and 1 of a list. All right, so the other one is a Straw Hat version list. I think I called it 0 RYS Straw Cats. I don't know why. Okay, guys, I don't actually know why, but yeah, this is another one. So this one is very similar to what we just saw, but instead of seeing like the ace package in here, this is just pure Straw Hats, guys. I mean, literally from top to bottom, this is Straw Hats, with the exception of the Luffy here, because it's Goa Kingdom. Very annoying, but whatever. And then on top of that, I will say this too. So everything is searchable in this deck except Luffy and then Nami. Nami cannot search up Nami, but it can search up Onami. As crazy as that is, that's how the game works. Now, we have one other card we have to talk about, and we have 2 other cards we need to talk about in here. First up, we'll talk about Sanji. This is a 5-cost, 6,000 power, 1k counter blocker. And on play, if you have 2 or less life, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. So if you have 2 or less life, draw 2, trash 1. And it's a 5-cost, 6k blocker. This card is excellent, guys. This is a very solid card. Now, and by the way, this comes out in EB02. If you're wondering where this card came from, this is EB02. Now, we are running the new Luffy. This is a ST21 card. Some people might not know about this card either, actually. This is a promo card. It is a promo Supernova Straw Hat Crew Luffy. So if you don't have this already and you're a red, yellow Sabo player, I would probably try to get this card. I think at the time you're recording this, it's about $10 USD. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But the last time I checked, which was like last week, this card was about $10 a pop because it's a promo card. If you're really serious about running Supernovas or Straw Hat Crew or anything red with Straw Hat Crew, I would probably snag this card, or even anything with like red, yellow Sabo related. This card will probably always be usable in whatever version we run because you attach 2 Dawn to a 3-cost body and he becomes a 7,000 power body. Same idea with one other card I want to mention real quick, guys. There's a red 3-cost card named Sabo. It's a promo card. I don't know how much these are going for. Don't go for the Treasure Cruise version, like where it has the thing on there. I think this is a special version, but then I believe there's also a normal promo version. Check this out, guys. It's a 3-cost 4K with a 1K counter, and if you have 4 or less cards in your hand and attach 1 Dawn to this character, he becomes a 7,000 power character. So this card in particular, Sabo and Luffy, these are very, very strong cards that have a lot of synergy with Sabo. Because remember, guys, even though this Sanji seems good, you can only put back a 3-cost or higher character with 7,000 power or more. I wish it had been a 2-cost power character. Where's my fingers at? There we go. I wish it had been a 2-cost power character, but with it being just, you know, a 3-cost, we got to do, we got to do what we got to do. This is also a consideration if we try more of a Revo list. Okay, so that's it. Oh, and excuse me, we almost forgot. And then there's also Zoro. So this new Zoro here, guys, is a 4-cost 5K 1K counter. It has on KO. Dawn times 2, it gets rushed. But hear me out. Hang on. We're going to talk about this card in a minute. On KO, you may play a red character with 6,000 base power or below other than Zoro from your hand. So here's the thing. We have to talk about this card. Because if you're thinking about this card like I am or like I was originally, I'm like, okay, I want to play this out as a 6-cost 7K rusher. That is not the proper logic, guys. This is a 4-cost 5K body with an on-KO effect. That's what it actually is. And then later in the game, if you need an extra rusher, he has that ability as well. The most important thing for this card that I found out while playing is just play. If you go second, guys, play him out right on turn 2 and say, hey, I dare you to KO my card. I dare you to KO my character because I might cheat out one of these Luffys. These are 6,000 power or less red characters, right? Because that's what he can cheat out is a 6,000 base power or below character, red character, other than Zoro. So you can't cheat out this Zoro, but we still have to run this card because it's very important. But it can cheat out this Luffy. And remember, 2 Dawn investment, we're coming in for 7. And now we can do tricks with our leader, right? It has a lot of tricks. This is a very powerful card, guys. Do not sleep on this one. And if you need it to, you can give it rush if you have the Dawn. It's going to be a 6 Dawn investment. Okay, that's it. Let's do these games. We've been talking this whole time. We're 35 minutes into this video, guys, and we're about to get to our first game. But hey, that's all right. We got to talk about these. Oh, there was one other version to go over, but I don't remember what it was. I'll try to look through these. I think I might have called it What The. This is it. So there's one other version that was very similar to the first version we looked at. That's running a little bit of the Luffy plus Ace package with Garp and the event searchers, but then it also has a really good late game package as well with the Rayleigh, Shanks, Beckmans, and Newgates. So this is like and the 7-cost Linlin, but this is like a very hybrid version of this is like the control version meets Goa. That's kind of the idea here. I think I have one of this game today. I might have just one of this game. So we're not going to spend much time talking about this, but, you know, let's do this, guys. Let's get it. We got to get into some games now. We have to get into some games. Okay, so the volume is off. The speed is on 2x, and I need to adjust my camera. I'll move this over here. And here we go, guys. We're good to go. Actually, we got to go up a little bit with the camera, don't we? There we go. All right, first game up here, we have a game versus Red Purple Luffy. Now, judging by my hand, I think maybe this is the list we just looked at, the list we called What The. Just what and the. This is that list, I believe. They swing it for 6, we 2K counter out. We've got a Zoro here. Okay, and we have Hiyori, we have the Flampe. We're going to play out the 3-cost, it's a 3-cost 3K Sanji, right? But it gets plus 3,000 power on our turn. It has an on KO to draw a card. It is a card from OP10. It is incredibly powerful. Now, this Red Purple Luffy's playing aggro like we are. They just dropped down a Nico Robin and the 5-cost 6K, basically 7K Luffy. We're going to go 6 into 6. We've got a Luffy to match his. We're going to swing 7 into 6. See what he does. Okay, he might block out with Nico Robin here. He's down to 5 cards, guys. He only has 1 card left. Excuse me, he only has 2 life left. He must have took our first hit. So here we go, guys. What is he going to do? Okay, he counters out. So now we're swinging in for 8. And then he gets rid of the Nico Robin, and it's his turn. He's going to play out Eustace Kid. This is a spicy list here, guys. This guy's running a very spicy list. He's going to go 7-5. We're going to let it go and draw a card. We're actually a little bit bricked right now. We have a lot of rushers, but that's kind of how this list runs. I'm going to get out of the 7K, and I should have gotten out of the other one, too, to be honest. Well, no, I can only get out of one. Never mind. Okay, so we're going to do a search here. We're going to grab the ace. We're trying to. I was trying to find a 2-cost Luffy there, I believe, but oh well. We'll go 8 and a 6. See if he can save it. He cannot. We'll play out a Kid and Killer. We're going to slam in for 7 into the leader. He only has 4 cards in hand. Now he has 5. He took the hit. He's down to 1 life. We're pushing the Kid and Killer back to life, and I'm actually just kind of hoping for the best here, expecting the worst, because that ace in our hand is completely dead right now unless we take 2 hits this turn. Now we might take 2 hits this turn. Coming in for 8. Coming in for 8. So I think we're going to be taking 2 hits this turn, and it does turn on the Portgosti Ace effect. Here we go. Play out the ace. We're going to swing in probably for, well, he's an 8,000 power leader, guys. He is an 8,000 power leader right now. So we will push this card back to life, play out the 2-cost ace. We're going to buff our leader to 2,000 by 2,000. We're going to swing in for 8 more into the Eustace Kid, and then 8 more into the Eustace Kid. I think that's the plan here, because that will drop him down to 2 cards in hand. Okay. He 2K counters out. He Gum Giants to save that card. So he does go backwards in Dawn here. He's down to 6 Dawn for the turn. He's going to ramp a Dawn with Boncray, Mr. 2, Boncray Bentham. He has 3 Dawn left. What is he going to do? Is he going to try to go for lethal? Is he going to try to go for the board? He's going to go for lethal. He's swinging in for 9. We're going to take that. He swings in for 9 more. We have a 2K and a 1K right here. So he is only going to be able to come in for 8K. Actually, he's going to be able to come in for 9. But remember, we are a 7,000 power leader. I forgot about that, Pauls. So we're a 7,000 power leader. We actually could have gotten out of either one. If he had come in for 9, we could have gotten out of that too, because we're at 7. We can go +3. Now, he does give up a little bit prematurely. He has a 2K and a 1K. And after he left, I sat here and looked at this game for another 30 seconds, seeing if I could have even won. And the answer, I believe, was I believe we could win. I didn't know if he had a Gum Giant or not, by the way, so it was like, okay, well, we just have to go all in here. And I think what I was going to do in that situation was this. He's an 8,000 power leader, right? I think what I have to do is I have to make 2 attacks hit. I have no other choice for the most part. I mean, there might be one other choice. I'm not sure, because we do have a 2-cost ace in our hand. So maybe what we could have done was swing 8. He gives me a 1K counter, right? He's going to give me the 1K counter 100% of the time, right? So swing 8. That was a 2 Dawn investment, a 1 Dawn investment so far, right? Then what we would have to do is play out the 2-cost ace. We'll push the card back to life. Sorry, guys. Obviously, push the ace back to life. Then play out the 2-cost ace in our hand, pulling him back into play, which will buff our leader by 2,000. So now we have a 7,000 power leader, right? So we've only used 3 Dawn. Remember, 4 Dawn, because we have to put 1 Dawn on our leader, and then we had to play 2 out for the ace, and 1 Dawn to swing for 8 the first time to get 1K counter out of hand. Now that we've done that, we have to make 2 attacks hit. We've only used 4 Dawn. Our leader's at 8,000 power from the Dawn and the plus 2,000, and we have a 7,000 power body. So the 5th Dawn goes on ace just to get him to 8,000. And now we have 5 Dawn left to work with, and we're both at 8,000 power bodies. So it's going to be swing for 10, swing for 11. That's all we have. Would it have gone through? He has a 2K counter. He only has 8,000, right? He only has 8,000. And then, so 10 would not get out. So the 10 would go through, right? And then the rest on the leader, swinging for 11, and then he doesn't have it because, again, he only gets a 1K counter. Very, very close game. Good game to my opponent. They left a little bit early because what if I messed up the math on that? He could have won from that. Very good game, though. That was a fun one. Okay, that's the first game. Next up, we had a game versus Smoker. I almost said red-black Smoker. I don't think that's a thing yet, right, guys? We got red-green Smoker and black Smoker. We just got a normal navy-black Smoker. So here we go. We're going to go first. We're going to play out the Garp here. We're going to grab the Monkey D. Luffy, and here we go. I think this is actually just the Goa version. I don't think this was the crazy what the version I was saying. I think this is just the version we called Goat or something like Red Yellow Sabo Goat for G-O-A-T, Goa. Okay, so we play out the Garp. He's going to probably pop that. Actually, he might just keep that on the board to keep buffing his leader with. He's going to swing for 7. I think we should take it. We do take it. And now let's see what he does next. He has 3 Dawn. He'll probably just... Okay, he plays out to She, guys. I say maybe he plays out like a Brook and just pops my Garp, but he doesn't. So here we go. We're going to swing in for 7. Now our leader effect is turned on, right? So now we can use our leader effect. We're going to push the Sanji back to life, play out the the Zoro and swing for 7. I'm going to do that first just in case he hits like an Ice Age trigger off the top. I know it's not, sorry if you guys hear my stomach rumbling, guys, but I know that was not an ideal attack. We should have swung for 6 and then 7, technically speaking. However, if he had taken the 6 and it was an Ice Age or some type of effect that pops a 3 or less, that would have been really bad for us, right? We had to be careful. Okay, so we swung 7, we swung 7, we swung 6. He counters out of both of the 2 last ones, and he's down to 5 cards in hand. He's coming in for 5. We're not going to take life for no reason here. I am going to counter out with a ace, because we only have an ace in our hand yet anyway, right? We only have two cost aces that are just counters right now. I can't even combo that currently. Okay, we're going to 6 into 4. They go ahead and let that go. We go 6 more into 4. They are going to save that, and now we're going to 5 into 4. Let's see if he has any more counter. He does not. Very nice. So now we can gladly let this go. This guy doesn't realize, hey, that effect lasts until the start of our next turn, guys. Red, Yellow, Sabo's leader effects is very unique. Most effects end at the end of our opponent's turn, or at the end of our turn. But Red, Yellow, Sabo's effect stays on until the start of your next turn. It's a very powerful effect. He's going to pop my guy there with Jack. We're going to draw a card for the turn, and we did take the hit from the Smoker. We've got the Luffy down, and now we're ready to start eating this board up, guys. Okay, I think we might go super aggressive here into the Jack, maybe. We'll swing into it for 10 into 8. He can probably save it. If he can save it, I think he should. Okay, 10 into 8 will cost him 2 cards, though. And then I still have my leader attack. Now, my leader cannot attack into him. He is going to save with a 2K, 1K. We will push this back to hand, and we're going to swing 6 at face. We're not going for the brand new. I don't want him generating any extra value from, like, a Gecko Moria play or something like that. And plus, I want him to attack into me, right? Like, I actually want him to attack into me. Okay, so let's see what he does here. He's going to swing for 5. Now, we probably should have countered out of that one because he's coming for 5 and then 8, right? So we should have been careful there. We'll take that one. Okay, very good. And now, again, we can just rinse and repeat these attacks, guys. These attacks are gross, right? These attacks are massive. We're going to swing for 7. It'll probably just give me the Rebecca here. I think giving me the Rebecca is the right call. Yep. And then we can play out this Luffy. We'll swing in with this. We'll swing in for probably 7. Yeah, or excuse me, we're going to swing in for 10. So now he'll probably give me the blocker Borsalino. Notice I pointed at it. That was probably what he was going to do to begin with. We push the Luffy back to the top of our life, and we pretty much kind of just time warp while taking out his characters and not losing any advantage in cards. So that is the real strength of the Goa version or any kind of rush version, is you can keep getting your board advantage with the rush cards before they can deal with it and get rid of it. Okay, and we gain a life, so we negate one of their attacks anyway. So we're down to 2 cards. We're down to 2 cards in life. I think we might go for a crazy play here. We're going to swing 7 at face. Watch this. Okay, attach a Dawn. Push this card back. Play out the Luffy. We were looking for this. Play out the Luffy. Cheating out the Luffy again. Swing for 7 more. Can he get out of it? He can. Okay, we're now going to swing 9 into 8. Does he have counter in hand? He might. Let's see what happens. But remember, we are going to be a 7,000 power leader until the start of our until the end of our opponent's turn. So, okay, it's his turn. He can really... Oh, and we actually got through, guys. We actually got rid of the Jack there. He is all out of counter power. That's what that told me. This guy is out of counter power for sure, right? Or at least for now. He is out of power. Because why would you not save that card? So he's going to go ahead and use Tashigi. He's going to pop my Luffy, I'm sure. Swing for 7 with that card. Nice. We pretty much just got a game-winning card off the top there. He's going to swing for 9. I think we're going to take it because we are all in, guys. He does pass. He has 3 Ice Age in hand. Ice Age is not very good against my list, guys. Not the Goa version because nothing sticks on the board to begin with. You're always cycling it back to life. And now that we have this new Luffy, we can do some really nasty tricks. And, of course, everyone already knew the kid and killer tricks we were able to do, for the longest time. Okay, next game. Got a game versus Enel. Okay, Enel's, I know some of these matchups might seem kind of, I don't know, Red, Purple, Luffy, and Smoker are pretty serious matchups. But when I'm doing this testing, guys, I just queue up and whatever I get is what I get. I don't really target any matchup. I just try to get games in. Now, this should be the last games. I think I did 3 games of the Goa version. The new Goa version that I was messing with, that's very basic, very bare bones, no tech cards, no nothing. It's just a very standard list. So that's what we got going on first here. So we have the Flampe I played out early on because I'm trying to play around Enel. I don't want him to be able to pop all my characters. I'm going down to 2 life, guys, okay? I'm going down to 2 life. I don't want him popping my cards with his stinking Gadatsus. Get those things out of here, bro, right? I mean, he might still have Nami. You never know. He plays out of Frankie. Okay, guys, we have got some shenaniganery for this guy right here. So we are going to swing for 7 with Ace. We're at 1 life. We can easily do that. We're going to push Ace back. We're going to swing 6 in before I swing with my character. I'm going to swing in for 6 and then swing in for 7. Well, and now I'm not swinging at all. That's why I didn't swing with my character first in case he took that hit, because then I have a character that's rested and I don't want to attack into his last life. Okay, your turn. Does he want to attack enemy and give me my ace back? Well, I've got bad news for him. It literally doesn't even matter, does it? Look what's in my hand. Watch this, guys. You're going to swing for 7. We are going to take it. Looking back, guys, I think if I had enough counter power, I should have countered out. But hey, we didn't have enough counter power. It's fine. Let's keep going. All right, well, we got ace worked last time. We're going for it again, right? Okay, he takes that very aggressively. That was very, very aggressive, I have to say. We're going to push that back. We're coming in for 7 more. You have to start giving me cards eventually, right? He's going to have to give me cards eventually here. He's giving me a 0 cost 3K. I think he probably should have used the blocker there. We're coming in for 7 more, okay? And then we have an 8K to finish the turn out with. This is an onslaught, guys. This is an absolute onslaught right now. By the way, that new Sabo in Enel, loving that. I didn't even think about that, guys, because I have been messing around with Enel, guys. I know, a little bit scummy of me, right? But no, seriously, guys, I was messing around with Enel. And I didn't think about that 5 cost 6K Sabo. You go down to 2 life easily on your own, you know, by your own will, right? Like taking your own life cards and taking life aggressively. That's a nice blocker in Enel. I might have to mess with that later. Okay, so guys, I just swung 7, 7, 7, 8. That was the plan there. And guys, look at this. He's on his 9 Dawn turn. He is not even on his 10 Dawn turn. Look at my hand. Guys, look at this hand. You're attacking to a 7K leader. It's not going to work. And now what's he going to play? 9 cost Yamato. He can't even pop anything because I took life so aggressively. He can pop a Flampe. Go ahead. Pop one of my Flampes. He didn't even bother. He said, yeah, whatever. All right, we do a top 5 search. We got the Luffy. Oh, man. We've got straight gas coming in right here, guys. Swing for 7. I gotta make sure I do this in the right order. He takes that. No trigger. The only thing that can help us, the only thing that can help him right here are triggers now, guys. So we swung in for 7. We're swinging in for 7 more. We still have 4 Dawn to play with. Watch this. He does get it back. Push that Luffy to life. Plus 2,000 Zoro. Swinging in for 7. We're going to be coming in for 7 more and then 9, guys. It is over, right, guys? It is over. Play this card out. Swing in for 7 more. Okay. I probably should have done 8 and 8, to be honest, guys, but hey, we got there in the end. Swinging for 9. His hand, he had a 1K and a 1K, and look at that. Guys, if I don't beat him right there, I probably just lose the game because he's going to gain life and eat my board every single turn. Every turn. I mean, I might not literally lose on the next turn, but guys, I had no counter power. If he had tried to go aggressive and go up my face there, 7,000 power is not going to save me on my leader. Well, I don't know. Maybe it would have in his mind because he probably would only swing 9 into the board and 10 into the board, thinking I could counter out because I had so many cards in hand. But I was bricked up, guys. No 2K counters. Okay, good game. That was a fun one. So that's the Goa version. That was not the what the version I thought. That was the Goa version. Okay, next up. Now this is a interesting version here. Now this I think is that version what the, right? It's just randomly titled what in the. Okay? Because this has that Jory Bonnie in it, right? Okay, playing against a Zoro. Start off against a Zoro here. Let's see what they search up. They search up the 2K counter Sanji that can give a character, a Straw Hat character, basically unblockable, or Diable Jambe style of effect there, and it's a 2K counter. We're going to go ahead and play out the Jory Body here. We're going to set Luffy to the top of our life. That was for no other reason other than to scare my opponent a little bit, because he doesn't know what I'm trying to do, right? That's the nice thing about playing rogue decks. It's like, wait, what is he trying to do? But I just wanted to see what was in my life. That was it. That was the only reason. And establish my blocker body. I think on the sim, so this card is worded, you can put a 5 cost or lower Supernova character on top of your life. I don't think it's working properly unless they fixed it recently, because I tried to put the 3 cost Luffy into my life and it didn't work one time. So again, unless there's some type of typo or misunderstanding there, I don't think it's working quite properly unless they fixed it recently. So they play out the Zoro. They're going to swing in for 5, swing in for 6, swing in for 6. We're going to 5K into 5. We're just going to keep eating this card, eating up these cards. We'll swing 6 into 5. Your turn. That was it. Like, that was my whole turn. Nothing crazy. I didn't really have any better play. I guess I could have loaded up. I could have played out a Garp, fixed my hand a little bit, and gone really, like, tons and tons of Dawn. Gone 9 into 5. Maybe that would have been a better call. I'm not sure. But not worrying about that. You know, not a big deal. Because now he has something to worry about on the board. So he plays out a Brook here. That's an interesting card, that Brook, right, guys? He's going to go 8 into 6. Okay, I'm going to block it. So look at this new Brook card, guys, from ST21. This comes in the same starter deck as the new Luffy that we need as Sabo players. Okay? Got to turn this fan on real quick. So this is a new 3 cost 4,000 power, 1K counter, Straw Hat Crew Brook. When attacking, give up to 2 Rested Dawn cards to your leader or one of your characters. Okay? So that effect right there in Zoro actually seems kind of spicy, right? Because when you attack, you can Dawn up wherever, right? You can do some real crazy shenanigans there, right? Some really crazy stuff, and he'll get the buff from Zoro. This seems pretty good. I do like this card quite a bit, at least in Zoro. Okay, so he's going to swing in for 6 here. Let's see what happens. 6 into 5 into my leader, and I'm gonna take this pretty aggressively, actually. And now let's see what we decide to do. Okay, that new gate is pretty nice, guys. I have to say, I don't think there's any question. You just get rid of the Brook. We can't let him giving Dawn out like that. We're going to go 6 into 5. Let's see if he wants to save it. Watch this, though, guys. If he chooses to save it, he's not saving it from this next attack unless he wants to give me all his cards. 8 into 5, that would cost a 2K. He doesn't have it. He would have probably done it after investing what he did. So that's gone. I have an 8,000 power body on the board. I have 3 life. He has 2 1/1s. And I actually have pretty decent counter power. I have 2 2 and 1. So right here, I think we should take this. We're going to counter out just in case he does decide to swing in with something bigger. or even if he tries to do a bunch of like 1K pokes, at least we got out of 1. Because right now he could go 4 and 3, so he could literally swing, what, 5, so 6 and 7? He could swing 6, swing 7. And honestly, I think he needs to do that because his hand size is so low now from trying to defend that Zoro that he has, like, nothing left. 8 into 9, not having that. Sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. Yeah, like I said, that red yellow Sabo buff is actually very, very good. Okay, 6 into 6. You guys see where this is going, right? Now we are absolutely beating up this guy, right? This guy's getting beat up at this point. This is not looking good. We're going to swing for 6. I think we might play out a Garp here. Okay, we're going to play out a Garp, apparently. We'll do a top search. Okay, luckily, we almost whiffed that. At least we can get the ace. We're not going to push a card of life this time, I don't think, right? Nope, I guess we do, because I'm trying to save the Luffy. That makes a lot of sense. And now if they swing into our life, we're going to get another life with the Lin. Anyway. Okay, let's see what they choose to do now. Just waiting on our opponent here. They're deep in the tank, and they're in a really bad position. Zoro has kind of fallen off, but at the same time, it is a lot of like player skill. You have to get really good with this leader to get really good results with them. Okay, they're going to go 13 into 8. Okay, hey, you can have it. You can have it. So right here, we're going to play out the Bonnie. We're going to take the Lin. We're not even going to gain a life. We're going to play out the Lin, and we're going to swing for 5. Seem good? All right, here we go. So that is a very powerful effect there. They're going to give us life this time, and we're going to poke for 5. Your turn. I have a blocker. I think I should have swung for 5 first, technically, but who knows? Maybe the Lin would have affected their decision if they chose to take it, and I swing in, then they might have countered out. So it's hard to say. They do still counter out, by the way. Okay, so they're going to swing in for 8. I'm going to take it. We get the Luffy. We've been looking for that card, by the way. Very nice. So we have been looking for that card, and now we have it. And here we go. They're going to swing for 7 into 5. We're going to take that as well. And now they're going to swing it for 6. They had a little bit of a mis-sequencing there. We were going to block out of one of the attacks, whatever it was anyway, because we had no counter power left, just a 1K. So 2 into 2, that card's gone. We're going to go ahead and play out. We're going to swing 5 into 2. That card's going to be gone for sure, 100% of the time. And then we're going to play out an ace here. We're going to swing for 7. Okay. We'll see what happens here. Okay, they take it. Any trigger? Let's see what they do. Just waiting on a trigger here, guys. I'm going to be honest. I think I just need to slam another. I think I just need to. Okay, I guess I'm going to do something differently here. We'll swing in for 9, and then we might just play out the Sanji. They're going to counter out very aggressively there. I'm going to play out the Sanji, and I'm just going to pass the turn. Well, I'm going to life something and then pass the turn. Yeah, this is. It's at this stage of any game against Red Yellow Sabo where it's like, okay, so now I have an infinite resource in my life. Right, so one of the things that makes Blue Dofi so good is they have like pretty much like a limitless resource from the top of their deck. They could potentially just generate value by swinging for 7, even on blind rips, right? And with decks like Lucci or Gecko, they can continuously get value from their trash, right? Well, with Red Yellow Sabo, I can continuously get value from my life if my deck is built properly. So I think this game's over right here. So here we go, guys. Yep, so they end up taking that. I'm not sure. And now I think we're going to swing 8, and then we're going to swing for 10, right? Okay, play out this guy, push that back. I guess it'll be 9 because of the Shanks effect. Okay, they got to 9, but not over that. GG, that was a fun one. This deck's performing pretty well so far from my experience, you know, from the limited play testing I've had. It's nice having a little bit of control elements. Okay, we have a pretty random game here versus a Blurple Kaido. Like I said, I just randomly queue in, guys, and I just want to see what we can get, you know, see what kind of interactions we get. It's good to go against non-meta decks from time to time, though, just to see, like, okay, if your deck is only good against the meta stuff, and you go to an off-meta, you know, type of, not a strictly off-meta locals, but a locals that has a lot of crazy random cards, it's good to know if your deck can actually, so notice this, guys, pause, but I was going to say, let me finish my thought. It is good to see if your deck can function against any leader. check this out, guys. So 3 cost 4,000 power Joy Bonnie, counter 1,000 blocker. Add the top or bottom card of your life to your hand, and then you may place up to 1 cost 5 or lower Supernova type character card from your hand to the top of your life face up. It would not let me put this 3K counter on there. Or excuse me, the 2K counter 3 cost Supernova promo Luffy. It would not let me do it. So unfortunate. Hopefully someone, I'll have to report that if no one else does. But hey, that's okay. We did go down a life for no reason. It does get us closer to our ace condition. We can just take this next hit aggressively if we want to. I think we should, honestly, but who knows? It's also, okay, we countered out with the card we were supposed to gain life with, but yeah, oh well. It kind of tilted me when I was doing it. I was like, man, why didn't that work? You know, that frustrates me. It messes up my game plan. We're going to swing in with a Luffy here. Let me just talk. We're going to walk that back real quick, though, because there's an idea to play out Joy Bonnie to gain life anyway, because then it becomes a 3 cost 4K blocker that draws you a card from life. And if I had taken that next hit and gone down to 2 life, on this turn right here, I could just swing for 5 with that ace, right? So that is something we should consider. But okay, it's fine. We have the Luffy still. We're still at 3 life. We'll swing for 5. We'll swing for 7. And we still have a 3 cost 4K blocker protecting our cards. They're going to play out a Zoro, but I've got terrible news for them. We have a Ben Beckman on curve here if we need it. We're going to 2K counter that, keep our blocker alive, and don't let him ramp Dawn. And now we're going to play out a Ben Beckman, pop that, swing for 5, swing for 7. I could have gone swing 6 if I wanted to with a Luffy and then potentially life the Beckman, but I don't know. That probably was the better play, to be honest, guys. Get the 2K counters out of hand and then protect my board better. Oh well. Oh well, right? Okay, they're going to use a Hakai Ocean Sovereignty. They're going to pop 2 6 cost or lower characters, my blocker and my guy. And now they're going to swing in. We take it, and here we go. Guys, we've got a turn for them lined up here, right? We have 9 Dawn this turn, so we're going to swing 7. I think we're going to swing 7, and I think we're going to play out this Linlin. Okay, we'll play out the Linlin first. I'm trying to do this to force him to give me a life. If I gain a life here, I don't have to gain a life with my characters. I probably don't have to anyway with 2 life, but if I gain a life now, I definitely don't. I'll swing in for 7 and pass the turn. Because remember, guys, he's not on 10 Dawn. He's only on 8 Dawn from all the stuff, or 7 or 8 Dawn from all the stuff he had to do. So he can't play out like a big 10 cost Kaido right now and pop my board. Okay, 8 into 7. Unfortunately, I can't save that card. I just didn't have any counter power. They'll swing 7 into 5. We'll take it. But here we go, guys. Let's see what we have now. Okay. I think I should just drop the Shanks, guys. What do y'all think? I think we should just drop the Shanks. Okay, I think we're going to go for lethal. Okay, play that out. Swing 9. So we just did a swing 8, swing 9, swing 10. GG. Sometimes that's all you got to do, guys. Always try to count lethal. Because what would he have had to give me there if he somehow survived? So if he somehow survived, he would have had to give me like 3 or 4 cards. Like he would have had 1 or 2 cards in hand, right? And notice I still have the Shanks in my hand for next turn. I would be at 3 life. I have a 10,000 power character on the board. I have 2 1Ks in hand, which is nothing crazy, but he just can't, like, realistically, he can't finish me, so what do I care, right? So even if he does take out my board with something crazy like a Kaido, okay, but can you stop a 15K attack from my leader, and now that you're at 0 life and you somehow survived? Or what about a 5K and 5K attack and a 12K attack with Shanks or something? There's just a lot of options there. All right, we got one more game of this list, and again, I think this list was called What the? Okay, what the? All right, let's go speed, 2x, here we go. Volume is off. This list is fun, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is a fun list. So we got a game versus Sanji here. We're going first. Turn 1 pass. Turn 1 pass for them as well. We're going to go turn 2, play out Sanji after swinging 5. Really big fan of this card in the list, guys, because we can very easily pause. Okay, he got rid of it. But remember, it's a 3 cost 6K on my opponent's turn. Or, excuse me, on my turn. On my turn, it's a 3 cost 6K. So if we go first, hear me out. Listen to this play, guys. If we go first, we can go, turn 2 with the 3 Dawn play out the Sanji, right? Next turn, turn 3 on a 5 Dawn play. If we have a 3 cost Rusher in our hand, okay, play him out. Well, do it in the correct order. I would swing 7 first with our Nami in case they have some type of effect in their like a trigger effect in their life. Swing 7 with that. If it sticks, okay, play out the 3 cost Rusher. Attach the final Dawn to the leader, and now, you know, swing for 7 again. So it ends up being a 7K, 7K, 6K attack, and we gained a life, and we have a 7,000 power body on the board. Very, very strong interaction with Sanji and Zoro there with Sabo. Okay, they're going to load up swing 6. I think I should get out of this, guys. Sanji's early attacks are very small. You should probably counter out pretty aggressively against it, generally speaking. All right, we're going to swing in for 7 into 5 here. Let's see what happens. They're going to 2K, 2K. We're going to play out a Sanji here. Okay, if they and the other nice thing about this card is if they pop the card, who cares, right? Who even cares? They're going to swing for 7 here with this card. We're just going to okay, we just take that, then they swing it for 5. We're going to give them the 1K counter. I don't want to give them the Bid and Beckman. If I can help it, I'm not giving them the Bid and Beckman. Okay, now watch this, guys. Remember, so what? Let's think here, guys. Be smart. Play smart. What happens if that Zoro gets KO'd? It will play a red 6,000 power or lower character, right? A red 6,000 power or lower character. I have a Ben Beckman in my hand. So this is actually the perfect turn for me to deal with his board. So I'm going to swing 5, and then I'm going to swing 6. Swing 5, he takes it, cheats out a Luffy. No problem. I will swing 6 real quick, and then I will play out this Ben Beckman to pop the character you played. So when you have the answers in your hand like that, it is a good feeling. But make sure you're doing things properly. Otherwise, I would have probably ignored the character. Okay, so here we go. They're going to play out this card, and I think I'm doing just fine now. I do go down to 2 life. I'm going to play out a Rayleigh here, -3, and now I can just swing into it with my board, swing 6 into 6. Let's see what he wants to do. Okay, well, pause real quick, guys. If he had countered out for a 1K or 2K to save that card, I would have pushed my Rayleigh to life and swung 9 into 6 just to be sure to get rid of it. Now, he might have still had another 2K counter or something, you know, double 2Ks, but better safe than sorry. Okay, right here, we are going to buff up the Ben Beckman and push the Rayleigh back to life, because now anything he plays, we've entered this loop stage. Oh, that's a big attack there. He plays out the Roger. He's going to swing in for 5. We're going to get the Rayleigh here. I actually might just counter out. I like that. I like that, too. Okay, so now we're going to just slam down a Charlotte Linlin, I think, right? Just swing 8. He's going to take it for sure, like 99% of the time. Slam down Linlin. What do you want to give me? You want to give me a life, or do you want to lose a life? Okay, he ends up giving me a life, which is very smart, right? Because if he had gone down to 1 there, I have Kid Killer in hand, I'd have just mowed him over next turn, right? It'd have been like swing 9, 9, 10 or something crazy. Okay, he plays out the ace. We don't like to see that. Watch this. Swing 6 into me and gives double attack to the ace. Yep. So right here, we're just going to take. We take 1, we take 1, we take 1. And right here is going to go double attack. We're going to counter out of that. We did calculate how much it was going to be. And here we go. What do we do now? We probably need to go for lethal, guys. To be honest, we probably need to go for lethal. Okay, and that's what we're going to do. Swing 9, swing for 9, and swing for 10. So it ended up being what I said anyway. We're just saying, hey, either you got it or you got it, right? That's like one of my favorite things to say. You either got it or you don't. We swing 10 into 5. Let's see what he had in hand. He had a 2K. He had a 1K, a 1K, and that's it. I am not a huge fan of that banish card in Sanji, guys. I just don't think it ever fully gets the value it should. So, and if that was just a 1K, if these were both 1K counters instead, the guy wins the game, right, with what he has on the board without even using this card. So something to consider for all the Sanji players out there. Yes, it is a great card into yellow Enel. Yes, it is. However, that is a full turn investment, and this guy, you know, I don't know, maybe he got both of those cards from the top of his life, who knows, but he didn't even choose to swing with it last turn. Instead, he chose the play he did, which I thought was a better play, swinging out wider across the board. Okay, so now we have another game here. We have a game featuring a different deck list. I believe this one is the Straw Hat version, guys. I believe this is the Straw Hat version of the deck, where I'm running nothing but Straw Hat crew, and then we're running the 2-cost, what's his name, Luffy. Not a great pool, but we did get the 5-cost, the Nami there. Now, understand how you pop cards with that Nami. You do have to trash a card with a trigger. So notice I put Nico Robin over to the side there. I usually do that for cost purposes anyway. But yeah, that card will not be played, right? That Nami will not, excuse me, that Nico Robin will not be played unless I have another trigger to deal with whatever's on the board. Okay, so they're going to play out a Jinbei into a Doflamingo. Always attack first. Watch this, guys. Spoiler. Yep, that is an Onami popping his Jinbei. Let me make sure the speed's good real quick, guys. Yeah, 2x speed, we're good. So we pop that card. Right here, we're going to swing for 5. Okay, he should take this going against a red-yellow Sabo deck, by the way, because if he had taken that, that means I don't get to hit him with a Nico Robin next turn, but he's very lucky. I can't use it. I have to use it with Nami to get rid of this card anyway. Okay. Yeah, I'm considering a few other options as well. We're going to flood the board here. Who saw that coming? I didn't see that coming, and I played the game. I totally forgot about that. So instead of playing out the Nami, so I guess the logic here was, do I even care about that Doflamingo? The answer is no. I don't care at all about Doflamingo, right? It doesn't matter at all. It's totally irrelevant. However, notice what we can do afterwards, like with this Sanji and our leader effect. We can do some pretty crazy tricks. I'll talk about that next turn if anything survives here. Because there's actually a very, very cool line of play we can do here, guys. Watch this. I don't remember if I actually do it or not, but I'll tell you what it is anyway, once we get to it. Okay, just waiting for my opponent. We are on 2x speed. Yep, just like I thought. He's going to rest down my card, which is absolutely the right play. It's absolutely the right play, guys, for sure. Okay, he's going to swing for 7 into me. I'm going to take it. Nice. We did get a Nico Robin, but we're not going to use that right now. Okay, so let me explain a possible play here. Say that the 2K counter Luffy down in my trash, say he had survived. Check this out, guys. This is just one option. I'm not even saying it's the best option. It's just a really cool option. Attach 2 Dawn to my Supernova Luffy. He is now a 3-cost, 7,000 power character. I still have 5 Dawn left for the turn. I can swing for 7 with that card, right? And then I can push him to life and swing for 7 and then attach a Dawn to my leader and push him to life and plus 2,000 power to my Zoro until the start of my next turn, swing for 7 again, right? Then we could use Sanji, use his actual effect. We'll play out whatever our card was for the turn, which would have actually been a Nami with a Nico Robin to pop the card they have here, right? Because that would have been 1, 2, 3. Actually, we would have only had 4 Dawn. We'd have had to figure out another play, maybe just play out the 4-cost Zoro. But whatever the case is, then we can use the Sanji to rip our top life. We know what it is. It's a 2K counter. We want that anyway, right? And then swing for 7 more. Very, very powerful play lines, but this deck has tons of different lines of play you can use. So we have a 6 Dawn turn here. Let's see what we choose to do. I like the Nico Robin. Just trash their life. Get the life out of the way, and we still have another Nico Robin now to get rid of stuff if we need to. We're going to swing for 6 with leader. Should we attack with our characters? I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. But let's see what happens here. If he blocks, then I think we should. Okay, let's see what our opponent is going to do here. So we have 5K counter in our hand, to be honest, guys. Those are all... The nice thing about that new Zoro is it has rush and it has a 1K counter. It's balanced in a really good way. Or it has conditional rush, right? Okay, so right here, I think we're going to swing for 5. Yep, we're doing it, guys. We're doing it. Swing for 5. Use this effect. Swing for 7. We have 6K counter in hand and a life. I think we're fine. Well, especially if he's going to grab blade. If he's going to grab blade, we actually don't have any concerns here, right? We actually don't have any concerns. Okie dokie. Let's see what we choose to do next. We do only have 1 life left. We could play out Sanji. I'm going to swing for 7 and see what he does. He gives me some counter. Going to play this card out. And then I think, looks like we're going to have to swing in here. Yeah, swing in for 8. He's down to whatever. We're going to gain a life. Your turn. We have him in one of those loops where he's just in trouble. He doesn't have a blocker. He's just swinging to have fun with it. GG to him. If you don't have a blocker without... That's why I played out the Rush Zoro. And look, I had another Rush Zoro in my life too. If you don't have a blocker in this situation, you're just toast, right? You're just gone. So, yeah. I would have actually probably considered leaving the Zoro on the board, by the way, because we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6K counter. We probably could have gotten out of anything, you know, nothing. I don't think they could have played anything too crazy right there. However, I didn't leave the Zoro on the board because if they KO it, I have no red character to play from my hand. Hey, the next card would have been nice, right? That Zoro, but we didn't have that. Okay, next game, we got a random game here against, that was weird how it loaded in with the white screen. But we got a game versus Purple Black Zephyr. I do like to show these decks off, even if they're not considered meta, because I know some people like different leaders in the game, and they like to see all these crazy off-meta leaders. Sometimes it's nice to see something that's not meta, right? Okay, how are we doing on time? Hour and 12 minutes. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so turn 2, we just slammed down the 3-cost Supernova 2K counter promo. It's a good card, guys. It's just a solid card. They're going to swing for 7 into us. We're just going to take it. And guys, long hair, don't care. Swinging for 7 in, and then we're just going to smash in. Going to play out the Nami real quick, do a top search. We can't grab the Nami, right? We can grab the O Nami, but not the 5-cost Nami, because otherwise I'd have grabbed that in a heartbeat. But oh well. We're going to push that card back to life. Your turn. They're down to 2 life, guys. They're down to 2 life, and I've got nothing but gas coming. Nothing but straight gas coming out of my hand. All right, so they have a Sabo on the board established now. What are they going to do? They have 3 Dawn left. Are they going to attack in? Sure. Okay. Might want to counter out of this. Counter out with the Nico Robin. Yeah, that's a dead card anyway, right? We don't need that card. Okay, same thing with that Sanji. I was trying out Sanji in this list. The 5-cost 6K blocker, draw 2 trash when if you have 2 or less life. And I just don't think that's going to cut it for the list, guys. We'll talk about that more when we get to the end. Okay, swing in for 6. Let's see what he does. Okay. Just doing a little bit of math right now, it looks like. Yep, slamming for 7. Okay, we'll push that to life. And your turn. Sit with the Dawn open, threatening like a Divine Departure or a Rad Beam or something. I don't know. Guard point. Who cares? Now we should just take some hits, guys. Like, we should just take hits here. They have 1 life. Now, we have 4 life, but what are they going to do here? Right? That's the question. We're going to swing for 7. Literally uses a blocker. That was dangerous, guys. That was very, very dangerous. Okay, we'll swing for 9 into 5. And now, guess what's going to happen next turn? I'll let you guys use your imagination. Take a look at my hand. Maybe start on the far left side of my hand. And then tell me what you think I'm going to do next turn. What do you guys think? I don't know. There's probably other options. But there's one option in particular I really, really like right now. They're going to swing in. We're going to take every single hit and just laugh. Like we don't care. They play out a blocker, play out another blocker. That's crazy. Draw 2, trash 1 or something. Okay, well, you have 3 cards in hand, so the most you can get to is what? 3. Oh, now you only have 2 cards in hand, so the most you can get to is 9. We're swinging in for 10. And, yeah. GG. That was a fun one. They almost stabilized there, but Unblockable Luffy wins a lot of games you shouldn't, guys. Unblockable Luffy will win you a lot of games that you probably shouldn't win, but we'll take it every single time. Okay, 3, 6. All right, so now we got one more of this Straw Hat version, I believe. Got a game versus Green Purple Luffy. Guys, this one was crazy. I have to tell you guys right now, this Green Purple Luffy list seems like it will be a counter to Red Yellow Sabo from my experience. These were tough games I played against Green Purple Luffy. They have a lot of things to just answer what we're doing, in my opinion. Okay, we're going to go 5 into 5. We swing 5, and he's got 1 Dawn open. He's going to use Nico Robin to counter out, and they're on 4 Dawn. They're going to go 5 into us. Probably should just counter out. Yep, because they don't really have a lot of removal in this list. They're just all about tempo. Okay, that was a good top deck, to be honest, but we really should save that against something like a 5 cost 7k Sanji and Pudding. So swing 5. Swing 6. And it looks like we're going to slam the Zoro and pass the turn. So you have to play a little bit patient, build your board up, and just try to OTK them, try to catch them, you know, slipping, try to catch them with no Dawn. Watch this, guys. Here we go. 6 Dawn. Okay, this is not the turn I was thinking of. Guys, with 6 Dawn, they can do some very, very nasty things, man. They can do some really crazy stuff here. Okay, let's see what they choose to do next. So that Pudding, by the way, I can't even hit it if they buff it with the Going Merry. 5 into 5. We're going to let them have that. They're going to come in for 6. We'll take it. Nice. Couldn't have asked for a better trigger. That was a game-winning trigger. Me taking life there was a game-winning play, guys. I'm just kidding, of course, but y'all know what I mean. So right there, now they're going to swing in for 6 more, I think. Yeah, swing in for 6. We're just going to take it. Beautiful. Pop that, too. It makes you want to build a list with Red Yellow Sabo. Just has, like, nothing but KO triggers. It's a great feeling. Okay, so here we go. We pretty much ate their board up, right? Their board's gone. I'm daring them to use that Nami again. There's no reason to attack into this Nami. We'll swing for 7. Okay, push this card back to life. Swing for 7 more. And swing for, you guessed it, 7 more. We are trying to keep the tempo going. We're trying to keep the pressure on. We just caught a crazy break with that double trigger. This list, guys, I'm telling you, I played against Green Purple Luffy quite a few times. It is not good for what we're doing. Like, it feels very hard for Red Yellow Sabo to deal with. Because watch what they're about to do, too. If this is the game I'm thinking of, they have a crazy play coming up. Oh, maybe not. Actually, I don't think this is the game I'm thinking of the more I think about it. They're down to 5 Dawn. They're going to swing 6 in. Okay, we're going to take that. And here we go, guys. I mean, there's an idea to just go for lethal right now. Okay, we're going to swing 7. Let's see what he does. Okay, he counters out. Push this in. 8 into 6. And then it will probably be 8 more into 6. Yep, force him to give me that blocker if he can't counter out. Okay, he does 2k counter out. And here we go. So, let's do a little bit of math. What all can he do here? I think this is the game I was thinking of, because I think he's about to play out the 6 cost 7k Luffy. Okay. So, by the way, if we just survive this turn, we win the game. Like, he's not going to be able to deal with us. He can't even take out my guy, because I can literally just play out the Monkey D. Luffy from my hand, the red Luffy. We have 3 life. He only has 3 attacks on the board that are relevant. I think this is the game. Okay, he plays out the 7 cost into the Pudding. Okay. Yeah, that was not as good as playing out the 6 cost 7k here, guys. I can tell you that much right now. Okay, just waiting on our opponent. They're playing out Nico Robin. Seems good. We need a red-purple Baroque Works leader, so I can redirect an attack to Zoro and cheat out cards when he's not expecting them. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. All right, right here, I think we're going to swing for 7. Okay. See if he gives me a blocker. Gives me a blocker. Seems good. Now we're going to swing for 9. Unblockable. Gets out of that. Push this back. Swing in for 7. Has to give me his blocker. That's a good sign. This is a crazy game, guys. This game's ended up being way crazier than I thought. This is the game. I was going to say, I know he finished with this, and it comes down to the actual last attack. Okay, so let's do some math real quick. He is going to get to attack 2 times with Luffy. Okay, pause. So he's going to go 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8. That is his plan. He's going to swing it for 6, 2k counter out. If I counter out of this next attack, pause. If I counter out of this next attack, I automatically win the game, right? Because he has no Dawn left to play out a blocker. There's nothing he can do. There's just simply is nothing he can do unless, what, Gum Gum Giant into another Gum Gum Giant or something like that, right? You know, like that's the only way. But again, watch what happens here. But then he can't swing twice, so it changes things. We counter out fully because we did the math here. Again, now he can only go 7, use this, 7, 7, 8. So 7, 7, 7, 8. And we had 4 life. Yeah, so we had it. That was a good game there. They had nothing else they could play out. Really good game to my opponent. That game was that close, guys, where I literally won by basically like 2k counter for the most part because I had another counter in hand. If I had not caught that break earlier and hit those Namis from life, it wasn't happening, guys. It wasn't happening. Okay, we got one more game, and we're going to wrap this up, guys. We got one more game. Okay, speed, 2x. Let me see how we're doing on time right now. Hour and 20 minutes. It's going to be a late video today. It's going to be a late video. All right, we got a game versus Green Blue Rosinante. Volume, speed's 2x, volume's off. Here we go. This is some type of hybrid list here as well. This was a... this is one of the other lists, guys. This was not the other one. This was one of the 4. It was the only one we didn't see. So I don't think it was I don't think it was Goat. It wasn't Straw Cats. It was the one with Kuzan. We'll look after this, right? It was the one with Kuzan. All right, Kuzan, we're bouncing that 2 cost guy back to the top of his life. He has to trash card. He trashes Rosinante. Now, Green Blue Rosinante doesn't really mind trashing cards, but yeah, at the same time, we got to do here. They're going to swing it for 6. I think we're going to aggressively take it because I have 2 2K counters in hand, but I'd rather go down to 2 life. Okay, so they got a Smoker on the board now. That's pretty annoying, but that card's not going to survive, right? We're going to swing for 5. Okay, we're going to swing for 5, swing for 6, play out Nami. I can pretty much guarantee you that's the play line here. Okay, he should probably just take this one. Actually, I'd probably counter out of this one because he doesn't know I'm going to play Nami next turn. So I'd probably counter out of this easy one and take the next one, not knowing what it would be. Okay, yeah, he does take that. Then we'll swing for 6. Now he can counter out of this one more than likely. Yep, 2K. We'll play out the Nami, trashing another Nami to pop the Smoker. We had 3 Namis in hand, so I did trash 1, unfortunately. I want to keep that that event searcher just in case. Okay, Gravity Blade. There goes my Kuzan and my Nami. I think he should have got rid of Shirahoshi, to be honest. I think he should have gotten rid of Shirahoshi and my Nami. Not the Kuzan's not relevant. Destroy that Tashigi. We're coming in for 7. We've got him in a very uncomfortable spot now, right? We've got him in a very uncomfortable spot. He is going to Red Rock us, though. That's going to bring him back into the game. Swings for 5. We'll take this. Beautiful. We get a Shanks. We'll take it every time. He plays out a Rosinante. Seems good. Okay, we'll go 5 into 3. He'll probably just block and take. Yep, or block and counter. That's fine, too. Coming in for 12. Your turn. Coming in for 12, guys. Coming in for 12. He plays out a... oh, okay. He plays out that card there. That card there, Sugar. Plays that out with one of the Searcher Rosinantes. Resting down my Shirahoshi's coming in for 9. Think we're just going to take, right, guys? Think we're just going to take this. We can always just gain a life when we need to. 7 into 5 is not going to do it. We got plenty of counter power to get out of that. We got a 2K, 2K, 1K. We got a 2K, 2K, and 3 1Ks. And now, yeah, it's game over. He only had a 2K. He had 2, 4, 6K in hand, right? So at that point, we have to do 12 plus 5 is 17, 27. So we would have to go 27 would be... 26 would be 13s, so it would be 13, 14. So 13 would cost him, so 5, 6, 7, 11, right? So he can only get to 11, and then he can only get to 12 after what's in his hand here. So it was going to be swing 12, swing 13, or whatever, or 13, 14, whatever I said it was, and that's going to be game. And then if I had to, if he somehow survived, I actually could push this card to my life. I could push the Shanks to my life and sit on a blocker. So, I mean, he might have removed the blocker, but the point is, and that would have changed things too, right? Like if he counters out the smaller attack first, then I could, you know, swing in, do what I have to do there. Probably swing into the sugar at that point, believe it or not, just to get it off the board, and then play out another Shirahoshi and life the card and sit on a 1-cost Divine Departure. So we had options, right, guys? We had a lot of options there. GG to my opponent. That was a fun one. Very good game. Okay, we're done, guys. Let's check out the deck list one more time so we can wrap this up. So this is what... so this is the first games we played, actually. I think the... or the second games... Yeah, it was the middle pack of games we played, like the games 4, 5, and 6, I believe, was this version, where we had the Jory Bonnie and all that stuff. The very last game we just played was, let's go to that one first. It would have been ZR, oh, Can't Roll. Yeah, it was this one. Why? I don't know why it's called Can't Roll, but that's what it's called. So this was the very last game we played. We only had one of this deck. Overall, I have to say I do like this list. I think it's pretty decent, but it needs work. It needs some more testing. I think there's something here with Braum. I think there's something here with Nico, Robin, and Kuzan. I think there's something here with the whole early package and late package. The entire idea with this deck right here is just get something decent in early game, like some Shirahoshis, maybe Jory Bonnie, Kuzan, Nami, or Nico, Robin, any of these cards, and then play out your event searcher here and just start searching for all your big boys, right? And this 2K counter chopper is a nice blocker that's also searchable by this event, right? Because it's 4 costs or more cards. So that was this one. I don't have enough testing on this to really say if I like it or not, how good it is. So we're going to pass over that for the most part. Just at least you guys can see it. It's one idea. And tell me what you guys think of all these lists, guys, all these decks. Okay, so that was Can't Roll. Next up is Goat, like Goa with a T at the end, right? Goa T. This version, it was okay. I did really enjoy playing. I want to revise it because I absolutely love this card now in the deck. And I'm going to be honest, I think at this point it might be better. We're gonna go right to this list next. I think it might be better to just go Straw Hats now. I don't know if we necessarily need the Porkosti Ace package. And we might not even need the Garp package with the Three Brother Searcher. Maybe we just run a full Straw Hat deck and then 4 of this Goa version of Luffy. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think there might be something there because if we could just, we have 2 very decent 3-drops in the Sanji and the Luffy. Like we can just play these out right on turn 2 and use them the next turn. In fact, if we need to, we can even play out this Sabo as well. I know it's not searchable. It's a Revo Army card. It's not searchable in the deck, but who cares? We can still play it out as a 3-cost 4K, and it has a nice 1K counter. And if we do have to play it out early, no problem. We just use it as like a 1 Dawn attachment to swing for 7 first, and then use the rest of our cards the way we need to. You know, it's just something we could do. It's an option. So, yeah. Pretty cool stuff there, though. I will say this card's pretty good, and this deck felt like it was pretty strong. It just needs more work. I like running the Hyoris to set things in this version where we can put Ace into life and then cheat it out, or Luffy and do the same with the 2 costs. And then Flampe's, guys, this is practically a searcher in Red Yellow Sabo if you're going to play the Ace in there, because you need to aggressively take life to go down to 5, so you can just slam and jam this character right away on turn on your 5 Dawn or 6 Dawn turn. Same idea with Kid and Killer. This card is just good. It's just a good card. In this list, we're so aggressive with all these rushers. We just don't care. It's like, no, go all in with Zoro, go all in with Kid and Killer, Ace, and Luffy, and then finish out with this the unblockable. There might be some idea to actually, like, hear me out, guys. I know this might sound crazy, but I'm even considering maybe going down one of the 2-cost aces and one of the 5-cost aces, and going up to, like, I don't know, maybe not. Hang on. The more I'm thinking about it, maybe even going down 1 searcher and going up one of these aces. I would just rather have 3. But with all the searching we have in this deck, like we have tons of card draw with Flampe. If they KO Sanji, we're drawing cards. We can set cards with Hiyori, moving things around, maybe finding stuff in our life. And then we also have the searcher, and we have both searchers. So I think we can get through our deck fast enough, and knowing that this is a 2 of in the deck, if we see this in a search, maybe we prioritize it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I would like to go to 3 of these. I'm just going to be honest, guys. It's just a good card, you know, on top of being with how aggressive we're being in this list, like with these Kid and Killers, we might go up, we might go up Monkey D. Luffy. Also, another thing I would like to work into this list at some point, we'll see what happens, is I would like to kind of work in Kikanojo. Like maybe drop down 1 Kid and Killer, maybe we don't need the Event Searcher. Maybe that's too much of a bricked card in a deck like this. Where notice I'm only running 2K counters in. Well, no, I am running the Supernova Luffy, so that does kind of make up for it. But hear me out. I do think it'd be nice to run Kikanojo in the list. Let me go to 4 cost cards, get rid of red, go to yellow. The Kikanojo, this is the card we're talking about. I do think this would be a decent card in the deck. I'm just going to be honest. I think it'd be pretty good because we are hyper aggressively attacking into them, and now that we have this new Luffy, I think it will be pretty easy for us to get into their life, early on. We'll see. We'll see about that for future versions. Now we got one more version to go over, right? Let me go. Whoops, I went way too far. We went over the Goa. We went over Can't Roll. No, we got 2 more versions. Straw Cats. We'll do this one real quick. Notice this list felt very good, guys. I'm going to be honest. This list felt very strong. It's just, this card did not feel strong. So if you have 2 or less life cards, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card. Maybe this will go down to like a 2-of utility blocker card in the deck. But let me say something right now, guys. I think we need to focus more around this 6,000 power Zoro. This 4 cost 5K that cheats out a 6,000 power Zoro. Let me bring that up. If you type in P and then the number, so P for power, and then 6,000 is what we're looking for. You can bring up all 6,000 power characters. So we're already running 2 of the best ones, right? We're already running Monkey D. Luffy and both Monkey D. Luffys. Well, get this, guys. This can play out a non-Zoro character that is red and has 6,000 power or less. It doesn't have to be Straw Hat Crew. So we can maybe cheat out. This is a vanilla card. Vanilla cards aren't terrible to play, guys. Sometimes a good vanilla like this Tony Chopper or even this Luffy, maybe it's worth playing. This is not a Revo Army version of the deck, but hey, maybe in the future we can mess with this. Maybe we run Wapole. Is that insane? Is that like a crazy idea? It's still a 1K counter. Maybe we mess with this. I don't know. What else? Playing out the Ein's kind of crazy, right? Because there's no cost restriction, right? Yeah, it's just base power. It's just base power. But yeah, we've got some ideas here. It doesn't have to be 6,000 either, right? It could be a 5,000 power character. It just can't be named Zoro. Like, notice this card's named Zoro, so we can't do this one. But hey, cheating out a Yasop, if they pop our Zoro and we cheat out a Yasop, our leader goes to 6,000, and now it's harder to attack into. So there might be something there. There might be an idea there to, try something. Also, this Ace, I mean, this is not a bad card if we do choose to stick with Zoro, even in something like the other list we were running, the red-yellow Goa Kingdom version of Sabo. Maybe we go in this Ace, and then we play out this Zoro just on curve on before dawn. Maybe that's a play. Maybe there's something there. But yeah, other than that, this list felt pretty good. Like I said, the Sanjis can go down for sure. I don't think we need 4 of the 5 cost Sanji here. It's a cool idea, but I would literally rather just like take 2 out right now and go up the Sanji 2K counter and the Luffy 2K counter. And I think, and at that point, guys, look at how well our deck is balanced with like counters. At that point, let me just do that real quick. Let me go C for counter 2,000. Let's go up the Sanji just for the sake of what we're saying here. Guys, how am I not running? Hang on. I'm literally changing this right now. We definitely don't need too many of this card in the deck for what we're doing. But it was pretty good, though, like we were saying with the 3 cost. See, Sanji's not even in this list, guys. Anyway, all right, hear me out. So what I was going to say is, like, I'm going to add 2 of this Chopper card. I'm going to drop 2 of this, too, man. I'm going to drop 2 of this. You got this. No, hang on. Let me go... Okay, this is fine, guys. I'm kind of all over the place right now. Hang on. Let me bring... And we can even bring in this Sanji here. All right, we're just going in full utility package of the counter 2K counters, right? All right, let me go up this one because I think it's just too important not to have any red-yellow Sabo lists. I just think it's so good. And we'll grab this other 2K back. Actually, no, we'll grab this one. There we go. So, like, say we have... I wasn't running this Chopper or this Sanji, guys. Like, for whatever reason, I forgot to add this new Sanji. This is not even in this list, so that's just a straight improvement. Like, maybe we go down a Nico Robin, go up a Sanji, and, there's a lot of things we can do, right? I do want to keep these Zoros in here in the way they are, because especially if we go up to 4 of these Sanjis like I'm trying to do right now. Hang on, guys. We're cooking right now, guys. Hang on. We're cooking. Let's go down some of these Luffys. I don't think we need all of them. We'll go up to Sanji's there. I do want 3 of those, though. Oh, well. And then we'll even go down a 2K counter. We'll even go down to 2K counter, whatever, and we're going up this Sanji. Because one thing I will say, I'm going to move the leader out of the way. This is something I think we want to prioritize. Going first, we want to play this Sanji. It is just like, I mean, going first, of course, we want to play Nami, but then we want to play Sanji. right? We want to play out this Sanji because then we have such an incredible follow-up turn with the Zoro. That's another card to consider too, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of going off right now, guys. We're just cooking right now. There's a yellow, let me go to the yellow cards here. There's a 3-cost 5K Zoro. This is a Supernova Straw Hat card. This is another card we could potentially run in the deck. So do you guys see what I'm saying? Like there are options here. Before ST21 existed with this card and this card, and before OP10 existed with Sanji and Chopper, I do not think we could have played a all Straw Hat Crew deck, guys. I do not think we could have pulled it off like for Red Yellow Sabo. But now, looking at what we have here, there might be something here, guys. So this is kind of exciting to look at. But I will say some cards to consider is definitely this Sanji, or excuse me, this Zoro, the 3-cost 5K Zoro, and there's others too, man. There's other stuff we have to look at as well. We got some homework to do. All right, then we got one more deck to check out, and we're going to move on, guys. We're gonna end it today because we're really pushing the time up on today's video. Okay, and then this is the last one. I played this for one game, I believe. Or no, this is the one we played a few. I kept getting the What the deck and the Can't Roll deck mixed up. Whatever the case is, this was a very good version of the list. It was very fun. And I had some ideas here where it's like, okay, with this Jory Bonnie, we are going to look at that right now, actually. Let me see something. So here's, let me go on, let me bring up another page real quick. And I want to bring up this Bonnie. I mean, maybe I'm crazy or maybe the translation's wrong, but I just want to read what this Bonnie does on the actual official version. Look how sick this art is, guys. That looks awesome. I've never even seen this. How good is that like promo art there? That's the 3-cost draw 2 trash 1 trigger one. All right, so for this card, look what it says, guys. 3 cost, 4,000 power, 1K counter, blocker with an on play. Add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand. Add up to 1 Supernova type character card with the cost of 5 from your hand. Okay, to the top of your life cards face up. So it was correct on the sim. The translation was wrong on the sim, though. Okay, that's why you have to be very careful of that stuff. Make sure to cross-reference with the main site, because look at what it says on here, guys. You may place up to 1 cost 5 or lower, or 5 cost or lower Supernova type character card from your hand to the top of your life face up. Okay, so that's good to know. And number one, I can't believe the card says that. Why is it worded like that, guys? They couldn't let us put any Supernova card into our life, because then we would have had utility with something like Hidden Killer, the 3 cost. But okay, but now we know it does work with the 5 cost Supernova cards. That is still very strong, but it's just a typo in the actual translation on the sim. But it works correctly in the sim. It's just typed incorrectly, right? Okay, good stuff. All right, we're done. So this is the other list, guys. Let me at least just sum this up. It's this package at the top, guys. The Newgates, the Linlins, the Rayleighs, the Beckmans, and the Shanks. You want to talk about a nightmare, just cycling through those cards, by the way. If a card survives even one time with Red Yellow Sabo, you are not in good shape, right? Because now I'm cycling it and recovering it and things like that. It's really strong. But yeah, this list is not done either. These are just some things I've been messing with. I wanted to show you guys some OP10 action, some not just OP10, but OP10.5, I guess, with EB02 and the new ST21. Okay? All right, now we're done. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. If you guys come up with any cool ideas, please share them with me in the comment section below, or hop on the Discord and say stuff on there. The link to the Discord is in the channel description. Now, let's go ahead and put up the playmat page here. There we go. Big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to everyone who supports the channel, whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing, being a part of the community on the Discord, you know, submitting videos for review for the VV Lab, stuff like that. Thank you guys for all the support and everything you do. Big shout out to the VV Pirates playmat supporters for, you know, for just being awesome and supporting me in that way. Hope you guys are enjoying your playmat. And then last but, well, not last, I'm so used to saying last but not least, then we also have the VV Pirates YouTube members. Big shout out to everyone on here. Shout out. That sounds weird when I say shout out. It's like it doesn't sound right. But shout out to everyone on here, guys. Big shout out. So this list needs to be updated. The YouTube member page has been growing very, very quickly. Thank you to everybody who's been gifting memberships, who have been you know, doing their own memberships. Thank you to everybody who's doing that and supporting me in that way. Because, guys, remember, if you can't make the streams, we do a stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The only way to watch that VOD is if you become a member. It's $3 a month, and it is an extra 40 hours. You heard that correctly. That's not an exaggeration. It's an extra 40 hours of content every single month. Now, if you don't want to pay for the membership, that's fine. Just make it to the live stream, and that's, you know, then you don't. The live stream is free, right? But if you want to have access to the VODs, and we go over a lot of cool stuff in there, guys. Let me just show you the collection we've been working on here. It's starting to really. Let me go to membership page. Look at this, guys. Do any of these? If any, let me move the member page real quick. Check this out. This is the videos we have. This is after we started doing this on January 6th, I believe. We started doing, like, January 7th is the first date that I have, but January 6th was the first one. And notice each one of these guys, do y'all see the little timer next to all these? These are 3 to 4 hour long streams, each one of them. And this just started in January. And it's going to be 3 times a week, sometimes 4 for bonus streams. Every now and then I'll do like a bonus stream when cool stuff happens. But we go over some crazy stuff on there, guys. It's a good time. So again, let me get back to where we were. The playmat page is up, the membership, there we go. Big shout out to every one of the members. Thank you guys, to everyone on here. This is not everyone. I need to update the list. I'm probably going to do that about once a month where I update the list because it fluctuates in a really weird way with, like, membership cancellations and new members and big gifted memberships and things like that. So big shout out to everyone on the VV Pirates YouTube member page. Thank you so much. Okay, and then last but not least, we got the patrons. Thank you to everybody on here. I've said this before, guys. I will say it at least one more time. If you're one of my patrons, like if you're doing something on Patreon, thank you so much, first of all. But it might be smarter if you want more value for what you're giving, which I appreciate every dime of it. I'm not going to, be upset whatever way you choose to do it. But it might be smarter to cancel on Patreon and hop over to the memberships on YouTube, so at least you can get access to the members only stuff. You know what I mean? That's the only way I can work that out currently. Hopefully in the future I can do something with Patreon, but it's just not accessible to me at the current time, guys. Okay? All right. Thank you again to everybody who helps me. You guys, especially everyone on this patron page, just donating money to help me out. Thank you so much, guys. Just trying to keep the channel afloat and trying to keep things going here on the channel. All right, I'm done yapping. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please do not forget to like, subscribe. Please tell me what y'all think of this new Red Yellow Sabo. How fun has it been playing with all the new cards? I cannot wait to get access to these cards in person. Hopefully they catch us up in the East at some point, hopefully soon. Hopefully they have some kind of announcement for us in March after Worlds. Yeah, whatever the case is, please do not forget to like, subscribe. Please do not hesitate to ask any comments, questions, or suggestions in the comment section below if you have any of those. And yeah, until next time, guys. Peace.